All right, there we
Welcome,
go.
welcome, welcome.
Since we've got the mics unmuted now. Um, Welcome to the stream. We're here and we're had a great weekend. It was fun. So we have a lots to
The
talk
Harry
about,
Potter exhibition.
right? So we have a lot to talk about. We had a lot of stuff go down in Atlanta that was awesome. Um, but the one thing I will say that made us happier than anything was probably Saturday. The food was good too. The food made me very happy.
Yes, but there were some downfalls.
hmm
So we want to talk about those as well. So it's going to be just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about our experience and some of our complaints.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of footage that I have to go through and edit and all that stuff and show you what's going down, what's
Yes.
happening, all that stuff. But that being said, it's going to take a while to get that out.
Yes. So
So
you will get to experience it as well.
yes, so
Meanwhile, enjoy the tid little shorts that I might throw in
yeah.
here and there.
So I guess what I'll do is I'll have you start off and figure how we'll do this.
So the whole reason why we're doing this live is to speak about our experiences from Saturday. We did go to the Harry Potter exhibition in Atlanta, and let me tell you, I was pretty excited. Was in my Ravenclaw garb.
Yeah.
I tried to look very Ravenclaw-esque, so you would know that I was Ravenclaw, even if I didn't have a robe or something very distinct that said Ravenclaw. Him, on the other hand, no.
What? I was okay. I mean, I was recording it all, so I really didn't get to experience it like you did, but I enjoyed it.
I was talking about like attire.
Oh,
You would not have known he was a Slytherin.
no, no.
So, um, but anyway, going in. So do do we want to go with what I want to complain about?
What do you want to complain about?
um, so to start off,
Mm-hmm.
um, we got VIP.
Mm-hmm.
We got the VIP experience, right? So, um,
We're talking about the expedition here.
yes, the exhibition.
Exhibition, whatever.
So my number one complaint is that I don't know what VIP included.
Nobody knew what VIP included.
We even asked multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, hey, we got the VIP experience. What does that include? Nobody knew.
Well, I found out.
They didn't know.
Yeah, nobody knew, but I found out what it was you get like a little email, and you have to listen to it while you're experiencing the actual event. But as loud as it was and how many people there were, there's no way.
Right. So
You
there's
could
no
have
way
heard
you
it.
would have been able to listen to it.
Uh-uh.
It was like an audio, I guess, as you walked through.
Yeah.
Now we did get VIP badges,
Mm-hmm.
which apparently not every VIP person got, because some people have seen us with them and were like, "Hey, we got the VIP as well. Where did you get those?"
Yeah.
We got to skip the first line. So like as we went in and they scanned our initial tickets and they gave us the VIP pass, they did have a separate VIP line that we got to walk through and then jump ahead of everyone as you, I guess,
And to be
registered.
be honest with you, because of that, they waited till everybody got in the room to open the place up, anyways. So
You got to
you
skip.
really get the VIP.
So you got to skip the initial line to go into the room to register, like your house and your name and you're basically registering like these wristbands that they gave you,
Yeah, but besides
and
that,
you got your picture taken.
you got stuck
Well, that's what I'm saying.
in a room.
So, other than that, as far as like VIP goes, that was
Save
it.
your money.
That was it.
Yeah, save your money. It's
And
not worth it.
and as we got into the first room, they allot, so many people to go in, so it's not like really overcrowded.
Hmm.
And they allotted us to go into the room, and they waited until it semi filled up, and they shut the doors, and then they started the first experience. Um, and as we walked in, like we waited for that to be done, and then like when you first go in, you like click your wristband, and you'll see all of that in the footage that we got. But we turned, and he asked one of the people that worked there. He was like, "Hey man, like we got the VIP. Like, what is that?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm
No
not
clue.
for sure."
No
Um,
clue.
and then, so as we moved on to the next section, for the next experience, like we asked someone else. Like we were in the wand room, I
Hmm.
think it was.
Room.
And we asked someone else, like, "Hey, like we're VIP. What does that include?" "Well, I'm not for sure. I'll have to ask my manager." Okay. So I'm thinking, that means you're going to go and ask the manager.
Never heard from nobody.
But they didn't. Then because somebody else asked her a question, and then it was just like, that was it. Like you never, and it wasn't until like the very end where we're like looking at the VIP passes, and this is at this point in time, somebody else has asked us, like, "Hey, where did you get those? We got the VIP experience too. We didn't get those." And it was basically uh
Lanyard.
yeah, like a lanyard with a big thing hanging off of it.
Do we have it still?
Yeah, they're hanging on my office,
Well, go get
on the
it.
door. So, not worried about that. Like, it didn't do us any good. But as you look at the back of it, it does say, so it does talk about the audio. And then so he went and
There's a word on there that does something. It says something about a discount. So I don't know exactly what that is yet, but I don't know. So,
right.
So, but every one of them I think has the same thing on it.
Yeah.
At least ours did.
So it wasn't until towards the end where we seen that, and then as we were standing in line to make our purchases, he had pulled up the email, and there was like a whole list of audio stuff. Um, there was a whole list of audio stuff that would go through, but again, like he said, it was so loud in there. Like, there's no way, like, unless we would have had headphones or Bluetooth headphones,
Yeah.
and walked around, there's no way we would have been able to experience it. And then, of course, you can't hear what's going on because they've got different scenes playing and there's different things to interact with. So if you've got headphones in and you're trying to listen to an audio book while you're walking around, you can't experience both. Like,
Yeah, it's impossible to experience both. And I thought about walking back through it without the camera in my
but you
face.
couldn't.
I mean, I could, but we walked out before. I thought we could walk out and walk back in, but it was a single thing. We
Right.
could have just walked straight back. We
Yeah.
could have walked all the way back through it and looked at it again.
Okay, so that's my
But-
first complaint. Right?
Yes, so.
Well, you don't have that same complaint? You
I'm
don't
trying
feel?
to say stuff and you keep
Sorry.
cutting me off. So after she's pretty much said everything, but then another thing is that the equipment wouldn't work. Like a lot of
Not our equipment.
Will you mute your
What?
phone, your thing? I told you to make sure all that stuff's muted before we went live.
But
Disconnect the Bluetooth.
I mean, you draw more attention to it by mentioning it.
Really? I don't think I do. Anyway, so basically, what I'm saying is that I think what happened was because of how new it was that they didn't have um time to test servers or like the load that it was going to be on. And I think that's what caused a lot of the stuff to happen. Like my wife said something about it being like Bluetooth uh, enabled because you picked one up and it wasn't plugged in anything, which makes sense as well. And if it's Bluetooth, everybody knows Bluetooth sucks. So
I was talking about our audio, like listening to the audio thing.
I know what you're talking about. I was talking about my stuff. Talking about what do you? No, the Bluetooth. You said the Bluetooth. The dials were Bluetooth or wireless because they came off the table.
I didn't
Yeah, you
talk
did.
about any dials.
I have it on camera.
I didn't talk to them about it. They don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I told them what I'm talking about. You're not listening. I said that those problems with their system, they had those little tokens that ran the system, and if you try to use it, it wouldn't work.
Why are you looking at me?
Cause I'll let you talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I don't really have nothing to say other than that. I mean, it was messed up, and it was probably just network issues or whatever, and they had issues. But I mean, not everything was bad. We had some good stuff too. But besides that,
Well, yeah, but I don't want to talk about the whole thing because I want them to watch the video.
we're not gonna. We could talk about things that happened and not give the videos away.
Okay.
I mean, you could say there's like different chambers. The things were awesome. You had the house. We went through the house. It was pretty nice. It had all kinds of cool stuff that you'll get to see in the videos when we post them.
Mhm.
You had the potion room, which was kind of cool. It was all right to me. It might have been cooler to you than it was to me. And
I feel like the visual of it was
yeah,
like just seeing it was the coolest part, but
there was a lot
the
of peepholes.
the interacting, yeah, that was weird.
That was kind of weird to have peepholes
That was weird. There were little peepholes to different
everywhere.
things. Yeah. Yeah, because you like walk around a corner and you would see somebody like pressed up against like, and you're thinking something super exciting is inside, and
Just a movie clip.
yeah, like one of them we looked at was a clip from the movie Quidditch
Quidditch,
when
yeah.
we were in the Quidditch room.
It was just some
Um,
playing Quidditch.
it was a clip of one of the movie scenes, and I thought that's a weird thing to have a peephole to.
Now, all we've been talking about is the negative stuff. There was a lot of good stuff
There
too.
was. There
But
was.
as my wife likes to complain about the bad things all the time when she's
Well, I said I mean
she wanted to start off with the
I
bad
want to
stuff.
talk about the stuff that was fresh on my mind that
Yeah,
like they're gonna get to see all the great
Now,
stuff from the videos that we post.
the thing
but
the thing I liked the most was probably his office. Had all Dumbledore's office that had all the stuff in it.
yeah,
That was pretty cool. And the wands room was pretty cool too. I didn't know any of it, but it was pretty cool. I mean, it had names and everything on it, so I was like, okay, I know this one, I know that one.
okay. So oddly enough, the room that I really liked was it was a room from the Ministry of Magic, but it was Dolores Umbridge. It was her office. So it was all decked out in pink, and down the walls you had her kitten plates, and they actually had some of the kittens moved. And you got to sit at her desk, and so of course, I sat at her desk, and I don't know if you recorded it or not because you were busy talking shop. But I literally sat down at her desk, and I was like,
I think I got you.
I was like, hum, and he was like, I don't get it. Like he didn't know what it was.
I knew what it was. It was that lady that gets dragged off by them horse people.
Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah.
So,
The horse people.
but that was
Show my true colors here about Harry Potter.
probably one of my favorite rooms. I thought it was super cool that the cats moved. Um, and it was just the way that they had it set up. And it literally, like, as soon as you walked in, well, I will say, I feel like every room, as soon as you walked in, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
But with hers, it really just, it just stood out because, Dolores Umbridge it's like everything pink and kittens and, so it really stood out.
Yeah, I was I don't know. I kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. I was more happy that you enjoyed it more than anything else. So,
Yeah. It was, so my initial thought, like when we were going up there, is he asked me what I thought, like my expectations of it. And like I had talked about in our last lab, I didn't have any expectations because I didn't research it. I
mhm.
wanted to be 100% surprised. But like I told him when he asked me again later, I said, if I had to like really think about what I thought it was going to be, I imagined it to be sort of like the London tour, the Harry Potter Experience London tour that I always see on YouTube.
Mhm.
And I've seen like Cherry Wallace go through there a lot, and just a couple of other YouTubers will do the London Experience. So I said, I feel like it's a mini version of that. And I feel like that's exactly what it ended up being, like a mini version of the London Experience. So I was pretty happy with that. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. I had some Fantastic Beast stuff in there as well. So if you're a Fantastic Beast fan, then
It did have a little bit.
you'll have there's like a little room there.
I zipped right by him.
They had the space where Harry sleeps
Oh
under
yeah,
the
the cupboard
stairs.
under the stairs. Oh my god, it was so cute.
Yeah, and had a lot of other stuff that I have no clue what it is. But I think I really like the house area a lot too because I feel like Ravenclaw got like a little gypped though. It only had one display.
Oh, so like when you go into the main hall there, you've got I guess it would be like mini versions of the common room, and they had each house kind of done in a circle, and then they had actual props that were used in the movie. So like the actual outfits that some of the actors wore, and of course, Ravenclaw only had the I want to
Lady
say
with the
they
glasses.
had Luna
Yeah,
Lovegood's
Luna Lovegood.
outfit, and I think that was the only one that was there. Whereas like Gryffindor had like Harry and Hermione's, and then of course when you got into Slytherin, you had Malfoy's.
Um, stuff.
Yeah, but
I can't remember exactly. I
it's
thought.
just because Harry Potter it's so Gryffindor forward.
Oh, here we go.
And that's why you see more Gryffindor stuff.
I,
Because in the movie, it's based on
guys,
the Golden Trio.
I had to hear about this like all day
The movie is based on the Golden Trio.
when we were
There's
there.
3 Gryffindors. There's going to be more Gryffindor stuff to display.
She was like, Gryffindors. Gryffindors. Everybody wants to be a Gryffindor.
Okay. That is because there are 60,000 children. And let me tell you, there's like a point system. So, like, each time you use this little wristband to do different stuff, they award you house points.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you get to the end of the tour, it shows you who's in the lead. Well, who do you think is exploding out of the top? It's Gryffindor. Why is that? Because there's 60,000 children who have probably never ever taken the test to find out what house they really belong in, and they all just go, "I want to be Gryffindor, mommy." And they're all freaking Gryffindor, and they all register as Gryffindor, and they're all running around clicking their little wristband, giving 10 little points to Gryffindor for every 60,000 child, knowing half of them ain't Gryffindor. Everybody thinks they're a damn Gryffindor. And it's like, take the test, honey. Take the test. What are you? Are you Hufflepuff? Are you Ravenclaw? No. Yes, honey, you're a Gryffindor. Let's just make you a Gryffindor. We're going to put you in the robe. We're going to blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That's why freaking Gryffindor, when you go to stuff like that, is like, whatever. Yeah, so.
We'll just become Gryffindor.
No, I'm not a Gryffindor. I'm a Ravenclaw. All I'm saying is obviously Gryffindor won with the house points because there's all these children and none of them have taken the actual test to find out what house they've been placed in.
Well, how do you know that? They might have took the test.
There's no way. They watch the Harry Potter movie and they go, "Oh."
But you can like manipulate those tests. Like if I wanted to be like a Ravenclaw, all I gotta do is
But you don't know exactly which one.
I just gotta pick the smartest answers. I've picked the darkest answers because that's what I
You're
feel
supposed to pick what you want. It's
exactly what you want.
No, like it's whatever. Whatever.
Got her.
Like whatever. Anyway. So had some complaints. I did have some complaints because the things didn't work. So like you pay for these wristband. Well, you don't pay for it. It's included, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying, like half of the interactive stuff, where you're supposed to be able to go and do a potion or what was the one that we tried 60,000 times to get to work, the wand thing, like casting a spell?
No, the casting spell worked fine.
No, where you had to draw
yeah.
On the Bogart case, on the
those big case.
Yeah, it was the Bogart.
I have no idea what it's called. But...
yeah, so like we tapped and tapped and tapped 50,000 times, and there's 4 of them, and we couldn't get not a one to work.
Yeah.
And the people that were around in the same group as us, they finally got it to work. And then we tried one and couldn't get it to work and walked away to another one, but then somebody else, like 2 people later, came up while we were standing there still recording, and then they got it to work, but then we walked back over and then couldn't get it to work. That happened a couple of times.
It was like bouncing. That's like I said, I think the network couldn't keep up with it all. They didn't know exactly what they're getting themselves into.
So I did find that disappointing, as much money as you paid. So not only did you pay for VIP and got 0 VIP experience, literally everybody that paid just for a regular ticket got the exact same experience as we did.
$10 off our purchase.
Oh, okay, yeah. So sorry. So you pay an extra $40 a ticket, and you got $10 off your purchase at the end if you decided to buy.
Well, if you bought one thing, it's $10. If you bought multiple things, it's 10% off.
Well, I don't know. We did buy a few things, not a lot.
We bought 3.
We bought 2 butterbeers and a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 10% off if you bought multiples and $10 off if you bought one.
And I don't think we bought anything else other than the butterbeers and T-shirt, right?
3 things and we got the $10 off, so we got the wrong discount. It's supposed to be 10% off.
Well, we said, hey, he said, hey, we're VIP. Do we get anything?
Yeah.
We get a discount, and she said,
yeah. $10 off, and I was like, okay, it sounds about right. Is that $10 off each item or just $10?
As much as we spent 10%, we got more with the $10.
We did?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well,
10%
I'll take
would have
$10
been $6. 10%
Oh, okay.
would have been $6.
Okay.
So you got a bigger discount.
Gotcha. Okay.
But anyway, so the experience itself, like just seeing it all, I was in love. Like I loved it all.
This one was in dreamland. She was in a whole different world. I've never seen her so alive on camera ever in my life. and that's when I knew I
But
did.
the small things irritated me throughout. But the whole experience was wonderful.
That's when I knew I did something right for once. So,
Oh.
other than that, we didn't really get anything. More
Mm-mm.
for the Atlanta part. We went to this very expensive mall.
The third largest mall in Atlanta.
Yeah, we went to Lenox Mall. It was pretty cool. We had some really good grilled cheese sandwiches.
Some gourmet grilled cheeses.
Yeah. If you had cornbread on your grilled cheese sandwich, I recommend it.
It was different.
It's
Very
sweet,
filling.
sweet,
It
and
was sweet, yes.
yeah, it's a sweet cornbread, so it was actually pretty good actually. So,
Mhm.
and we shared them out on our Instagram, so maybe
Yeah.
you get to Atlanta, you can check it out. Check
Yep.
them out. It's pretty cool.
Um,
Um,
and then the dinner that we had,
Amore Amore,
amore.
dude, that is some damn good food. I had lobster bisque. That shit was banging. I had freaking the hell did I have? Oh,
You had the little steak cutlet
no, I had something
thingies.
else, didn't I? I had 3 meals, didn't I?
Yeah, you had lobster bisque,
Oh, we had
and then
the
you had the medallion steak thingies. I forget what they're called. Fancy us. And
yeah,
then you had dessert.
with cannoli.
Yep.
You have prosciutto with pickles and
I
cheese
oh,
and
so
melon.
it was like I forget what they called it
It
on
was
the
called a
menu,
prosciutto
but it
melina.
basically
Melina.
had cantaloupe, and then it was a square piece of cantaloupe, and then it was layered with
Prosciutto.
prosciutto, and then it had a semi-sweet
Green
pickle.
pickle, yeah, that's weird.
And when I ordered it, I didn't even think to ask what it was because like the name implemented that it was melon and prosciutto, but I was like, surely not, you know. But
Yeah.
that's 100% what it was. But let me tell you, it wasn't gross.
It was great. You
Uh-huh.
would think it would be weird. Well, you know it's weird, but
Yeah.
when you eat it, it just you can't even taste the prosciutto basically because you know it has no flavor really anyways.
But the melon didn't overpower it
No,
either.
it just all equaled out.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Although I did try it that way, but then ate the melon separately, and then took my pickle and wrapped it in the prosciutto and ate it that way.
Probably just set
Just
yourself up for that.
because I don't have a fancy palate, you know. So,
And then what did you have for your meal?
then I had some sort of it was like a lemon flavored chicken,
Yeah.
and asparagus.
White asparagus, man. I've never seen white asparagus to that day. And I thought it was gonna be crunchy. You know how asparagus would be kind of crunchy? That shit was like watery. I bit into it. It just like juiced in my mouth, and I was like, nope. I had to chop them in half so I can eat them.
And then for dessert, I had like a lemon tart.
Yeah,
Like some sort of lemon
meringue
tart cake.
I think
It was really, really good.
yeah.
The chicken was really good too. My only regret with dinner is
Drinking.
no. My only regret with dinner is that I do wish I would have gotten a pasta meal just because it's an Italian restaurant,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing in my head they were probably famous for the pasta, but I ended up going with the chicken for some odd reason, although it was really good chicken. So
yeah, whether it's chicken or whatever you get there, it was good. Like the drinks were strong.
yeah.
Well,
so I got the Goblet of Fire. That wasn't strong.
The butter
It was good.
The beer was a little ginger heavy, but that's a ginger beer, so it's supposed to be.
I still thought it was good though, even though it had bourbon.
Bourbon,
bourbon, and I'm not a bourbon fan.
Yeah, I said, you sure you want to taste this? She tastes like.
I want to taste it. I mean, you can definitely tell it had bourbon.
She's not a big bourbon person.
Yeah.
Well, I love bourbon, whiskey and bourbon.
Yeah. So he had butterbeer first, and then I think you just started drinking.
I did the Death Eater.
The Drought of Living Death.
Well, yeah, Drought of Living Death.
I
or something like
believe
that.
is that what you had?
Yeah, something like that.
And I had the Goblet of Fire. And then I also had the Unicorn Blood, which I thought was going to look a lot different, but it was basically just like a regular drink, and then right in the middle there, I guess what would look like a regular drop of blood in it.
Yeah.
Now that was super strong, like real strong.
So now, since we talked about our Harry Potter experience, let's talk about our Atlanta experience. We kind of did in a way, but that
Mhm.
was kind of, one thing my wife didn't understand when she got there. She thought we was in the ghetto. When we got to Atlanta, she thought we was in the ghetto because she's seen a lot of homeless people on the streets. I said, "Welcome to the metropolitan area." She says, "No." What you got me into? And then when we got to the hotel, she realized it was a lot different. The hotel was amazing, by the way. If you have a chance to go to Atlanta, stay at the Chandler,
uh,
Chan.
Chandler,
It's Hilton Chandler or something like,
Chandler,
yeah.
I think that's what it's
The
called.
best part
Chandler,
about this
Chandler.
hotel that I didn't tell my wife at the time was the elevators. They had like these old belt drives that made it feel like it was old timey, and when you're going up and down, it's just shaking the whole time.
It's also rated like top 5, one of the best hotels in Atlanta, apparently, or top 3 or something
Yeah,
like that. Which we didn't know at the time when we booked it, but we found out after when we got there.
and oh my God, if you ever see this chef that works there that makes breakfast, your omelet is fucking beast. I would not shut up about that omelet all day. I just wanted to go back the next day and eat, but then I wanted to go home at the same time. So
I mean, I thought it was okay.
the omelet was good. Well, you didn't get the same ingredients I got though.
No, I didn't.
You always trying to go spicy. See, I did the little.
I didn't try to go spicy.
You got pot jalapenos on it, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, I did. That's just not spicy. That's just trying to get some flavor.
It gets a little spice to it. So I did onions, mushrooms, bacon, and something else, sausage I think it was, and it had like this big
I've
egg,
just
like
never been.
thing was like this big, and the cheese log in it was like as big as the freaking the burrito, the biggest the freaking like omelet, and that was just amazing, and it's just nothing overpowered nothing, so it was just perfect, and I don't know, I gotta give him props. Being hotel food, I thought it was gonna be kind of crappy, but it wasn't. It was like the best freaking eggs I ever had in my life. So, no offense to you, you make good eggs, but
I thought my eggs were better.
that shit was good. Of course, you're gonna think your eggs are better because you're the one cooking them. But anyway, that being
I
said,
don't have a fancy and sophisticated palate. I mean, I'm a French fry, potato chip.
I'm a guy. I'll go out there and spend $250 on a meal and not care. So,
But the restaurant, but the Amore Amore was super nice. It was decked out in Harry Potter.
mhm.
They had all the house flags hanging. There was even a really cool Dementor hanging from the ceiling, which you could see in one of our shorts that we did.
I will say the one thing I'm glad that didn't happen is we didn't sit on beside a flag that said Gryffindor on it, because you would have lost your shit.
I probably would have. We sat next to
Hufflepuff.
a Hufflepuff. Sorry.
And then Slytherin was right next to that one, and then it was Gryffindor, and then it was Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I probably
So
would have.
Ravenclaw was the furthest away it could possibly be
I
from
mean,
her.
and I can just hear all the Gryffindors now talking about how I'm probably just like jealous or envious, but it's not. It's not. It's literally, it's like everywhere I look, there's a damn Gryffindor.
And if you just join and you're a Gryffindor, don't start.
Well, it's just like everybody's a Gryffindor. Like everyone. And it's just like, give me a break. Everybody is not a Gryffindor.
Okay.
Like, come on.
You already did this 5 minutes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So
That's why it just gets me.
So yeah, we do have another trip planned. I'm still
We do.
well, we're still going whether I get off or not. But
Yeah, because
it's on the weekend.
yeah. I mean,
But,
it's gonna be a short little.
It's gonna be a short little thing, but it's
Trip.
gonna be pretty awesome.
Mhm.
We were planning on going to the murder house, but then my wife found out that you can't get in the murder house.
You can't. Yeah, you can't get in it. So you can do like a ghost tour on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see where they filmed the scenes for American Horror Story that were supposed to be inside the murder house,
Hmm.
those are actually houses down the street, like a museum and stuff, and you actually can go in those. Um, but that they took the inspiration from like the museums and these other houses to mimic, because you can't get inside of the, it's not technically called the murder house, it's like the Le Laurent
Yeah.
house in New Orleans.
So basically, we're going to New Orleans, and then we're trying to figure out what we're going to do there.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to look for like I don't know, a couple of videos on YouTube, find out what there is to do there or whatnot, and go from there. But we have that planned in November, so look forward to that at the end of November sometime. And we'll probably do another live here, waiting to see, waiting to go and talking about what we're gonna do once we figure it out, and if we do some spontaneous stuff, we'll talk about it the next week after.
Yeah.
But
let us know if you guys like these lives.
yeah, because
Um,
I like doing them. I like it because we get to spend some time with each other and spend time with
Yeah,
y'all and
let
stuff.
us know if y'all like it, where we're talking about what we're fixing to do, or like this one here, where we're talking about our experience, once we've done it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's kind of good vibe there.
Mhm.
And we will have other episodes that when we're not doing stuff, we just don't know when. We just figured it'd be kind of cool to go live before we actually went to an event, and then come back live after we went to the event, so we kind of share it and let y'all know it's coming up. And then, like I said, I got a lot of footage to go through, so it'll take me about a week and a half to get all of it out. So I'll be working on that.
I'm excited to see that footage.
And by the time I get done with that, we'll have more footage for the New Orleans.
Yep.
Not to mention I have to take pictures and stuff, and I don't know if you want video for the other thing we're doing for the baby. So I don't know about all that. I don't know what you want to do with all that. But yeah. Besides that, that's pretty much all I have to say tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't really have much more to say, and other than Atlanta was great. Traffic wasn't as bad as people say it is.
Yeah.
Lyft sucks, especially in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised you didn't talk about that sooner.
Well, I guess I could talk about it. I mean, I've never used Lyft services because I just drive wherever I
Lyft,
want.
Uber,
Yeah.
never used any of those. We have our own vehicle, and we live in a town where everything is very accessible.
Yeah.
And easily parkable.
And the thing is, for us, I was trying to save us some time or whatever, and get like a nice car for us to go out and eat that night, and
Chauffeured.
be chauffeured around. Yeah, because be honest with you, get a Mari, it's hard to park. We actually had to pay to park. And
Valet.
Valet to get parked, and
But we had to pass it and drive back.
we had to pass and drive back. We were late for the place because we're expecting Lyft. Lyft said, "We have you. You're good." And then
Yep.
5 or 10 minutes before time, it pretty much just deleted my whole scheduled drive. Could have been my picture. I do look like Charles Manson in my picture. Maybe I should upgrade it to a more professional picture.
If you guys don't know what he's talking about, head over to like what's your channel? Is it just Mr. Cryptic?
Yeah.
Head over to his channel and you'll
see
know,
my
and
picture.
you'll know what he's talking about, because he literally looks like a mess.
I look like Charles Manson almost in that picture.
He looks like a crazy. And so my thought process is, I'm thinking that the Lyft driver
looked at that picture,
looked at him and said, because I guess it's like he has to create a profile, and the only picture he had was a picture from his
from my Instagram,
yeah. And like we're standing out there waiting for the car, and I'm just like keep looking and looking and looking at my time, and I was like, okay, at some point we have to say they're not coming and get our car and go.
And go.
I'm telling you, I told him, I said, I think it's your picture. Like, you look like a crazy, and whoever that was directed to was probably took one look at your picture and said, oh, hell no.
So yeah, it was really, it's a very interesting picture. I really liked it because it shows.
But Lyft never showed up.
Yeah, they never showed up. The bottom of the story.
Never got a cancellation.
Yeah.
So
I ended up having to drive there, and it wasn't that bad other than the parking. But luckily we went back around and we got into the the place that the valet place before
Yeah, but
it
for our
filled
first
up.
experience, like using Lyft, that
I won't use them again.
that was very
I w-
disappointing.
I would probably
Like,
look for an Uber driver or something like that because I know they come through. But I have used Uber before, and my brother did Uber. So, but anyway,
yep,
that being said, I think that's it, and
yep.
it's been fun. We'll probably not go live again until next month, maybe. We don't know. We'll figure it out.
If we do something else or
Yeah,
have something else like just pop up, we may do one to talk about it or whatever. But yeah,
and just because we do episode 1, 2, and 3 the last 2 weeks doesn't mean episode 4 is going to come out next week. It
right.
all depends. If
Yep.
we feel like doing it, it comes out. If it doesn't, then
Just
it
our
doesn't.
little live slash vlog.
And I have to change my banner a little bit because I had gaming only, which I'm going to do gaming collecting, so I'll be changing that. She has a brand new video that she just did today. It's on her channel, Miss Cryptic. I wish I had the little tags down there, but I forgot to put them up there. But we'll put stuff in the description below, or if you follow us, you know where we're at, anyways. So that being said, take care and be safe out there.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye.